Greetings, everybody. Back again here to talk with you a little bit about something. A person commented earlier and asked for a video about earthly addictions. And so I was thinking about what should I do for that. And this struck me. God was kind of speaking to me in this. And it's in Matthew chapter 19 in verse 24. It says, "Again, I tell you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven." So often we get that confused and think, how would a camel go through the eye of a needle? We can barely get thread through an eye of a needle. But no, that's not what Jesus is saying here. You see, back in this time, there was a thing called the eye of a needle. And it was a very small little passageway that a camel could pass through, but he would have to get down on his knees and take off all of his load. He would have to drop them and go through. And so what Jesus is saying is it's easier for a camel to drop the things that he has than for a rich man to leave his worldly things behind, because a camel is not attached to those worldly things. So Jesus is telling us that we need not be attached to worldly things. We need not be attached to the things of this world, because we are going to have to let them go to get into his kingdom. We're going to have to let them go. There's many things in our lives today that we can get addicted to extremely easy. It's easy to start habits, but hard to quit them. And so we wonder, how can we break these addictions that we've gotten into, that these habits that we've started? How can we break them? These things that aren't Christian-like, or that are taking too much time, taking the time away from my study of the Word of God or my time with Jesus. How do I break these things? Well, Jesus gives us an answer. In verse 26, he says, Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." You see, for us to break our earthly chains, to get rid of our earthly addictions and our earthly, worldly things in our lives, we cannot do it on our own. We can't. But through Christ, through God, all things are possible. So if you have an earthly addiction, if you have a thing in your life that's holding you down, that's like chains around your wrist, that has you shackled, that is taking away from your time spent in the Word or your time spent with the Lord, you must go to him and you say, "God, I've got this thing in my life. I need to break it. I don't know how to break it. I'm calling on you to help me break it." And God will. Jesus said, "Pray anything in my name, and it will be given unto you." So ask and ye shall receive. Knock and seek and ye shall find. So we must go to God. We must say, "God, I have this earthly addiction. I have this earthly problem. I need your help to break it. I can't do it on my own." And God will help you. God will help you break those things. We must go to the Word. We must study it. And that is how we can break our earthly chains and earthly addictions and the things that are holding us down away from God. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. Deuces.